On the line is Senator Nick Xenophon, whose motion was defeated in the Senate today. Hi, Senator.
Hi, Peter.
Now, Senator, what do you do here now? Do you take this back to the Senate, or do you now go to the police and ask them to investigate the claims of these former Church of Scientology members?
Well, look, I've already gone to the police, and we've sent a whole stack of information to the New South Wales Police in particular, and also spoken to the Federal Police. There are many allegations that can't be considered to be issues of criminality under current laws. And also some of the allegations relate to labour practices, a case of a 15-year-old, allegation of a 15-year-old girl who was up 72 hours straight because she was required to recruit people into the Church of Scientology, as well, and they're just two issues, as well as consumer protection issues about the money that people are charged for some of these courses. So this is something that the Senate should look at because it relates to potential law reform. I think what's really interesting today is that compared to a week ago, the language of both the government and the opposition has changed. They're actually expressing concern about these issues. They're just arguing about how to deal with this.
And I think that's the obvious question. If there's no criminality that's been proved at the moment, the Senate's probably the only spot for this. Have you yourself ever been a member of the Church of Scientology, or do you practice with another church?
I've never been a member of the Church of Scientology. I was, brought up Greek Orthodox, but my view when it comes to religion is that people should be free to believe in whatever they want. And I made it very clear in the Senate motion today that the inquiry could not look at the belief systems of the Church of Scientology. I'm not interested in what they believe in. I'm only interested in the allegations of behaviour, the allegations that many victims have put forward to me that are very disturbing.
But why just the Church of Scientology? What has made them the one that you've targeted? Because there's certainly other churches. The head of the Catholic Church, Pope Benedict XVI, is facing mounting criticism from all over the world of claims of sexual abuse by Catholic priests against young men. Why are you not asking for the Catholic Church to be investigated along with the Church of Scientology? Why is it the Church of Scientology that you are targeting? I don't think I'm targeting anyone, but the reason I've been focusing on the churches that I've had a number you are targeting. You're certainly targeting the Church of Scientology. You've moved a motion in the Senate today to go away and have them basically investigated.
Sure, and last week I moved a general motion that looked at the public benefit test. In the UK, if you're a religion or a charitable organisation, you cannot get tax-free status unless you pass the public benefit test, which has been in place in the UK for quite a few years now, where they actually look at the good an organisation does and the harm that they do as well. And that, to me, seems to be a much more, fairer and transparent way of dealing with it. That was rejected back by the Senate last week, so I've tried an alternative measure. And I guess the difference between the Catholic Church, and can I say, when I was in state parliament in South Australia a few years ago, I got in a lot of trouble with the Catholic Church because my view is that the confessional, the sanctity of the confessional should be removed in cases where a confession has been made about child sexual abuse, because I think that should be the priority. So that to me is an issue of what the appropriate behaviour should be. So this is about specific allegations that seem to be quite systemic to the church. And
the allegations against the Catholic Church and some other religious providers, are the Catholic Church and other mainstream religion providers like Church of England, do they also enjoy tax-free status?
Yes, they do. And my view is that no one should be above the law. And I guess the difference in terms of what Pope Benedict said today is that he's issued an apology, that he wants to make redress. And I know that churches, mainstream churches, have sometimes been very, very slow in dealing with this. And there's an allegation of a cover-up in the Catholic Church in Ireland. These are things that no one should be above the law. So I think the best way to deal with this is to actually look at tax-free status and having a test of public benefit, which is what they have in the UK, but the Senate didn't want that. They had to narrow the inquiry down to looking at Scientology. All
right, 96900 693 or 13 13 32 if you're out of town. Are you a Scientologist, or have you been? Do you support Senator Xenophon's call for an inquiry into the Church of Scientology? Is it unfair to single out just one religion? Should all the religions, especially the Catholic Church, be investigated as well? 96900 693. Finally, Senator, I asked you what you would do next at the start. You said you would not do, there was nothing you could do in a criminal sense. You got belted in the Senate today. Is it worth your while even bothering to take this back to the Senate again?
Look, when you're on the crossbench, if you're an independent, you get used to getting belted all the time. You just, you shake it, you just stand up, shake the dust off, and you just keep doing it again. Look, I think the language of the government has changed, as has the opposition. Look, I do not want to criticise the belief systems of any church, but I am interested in allegations of behaviour where people get a rough deal.
All right.
That's what I want to try and get to.
Senator, we appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today. Independent Senator there, Nick Xenophon. 96900 693. What's your view?